Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for this live video. We are going to start this video with 5 minutes of Reiki, followed by tarot readings, and then after that, Reiki and tarot readings or mentoring, depending whatever it is that you would actually like to have. And that's going to be for those of us who are joining us here live. So for right now, let's just go ahead and get the Reiki started. I am setting the Reiki so that it benefits each of you in whatever way is most helpful for each of you who watch this, whether you're watching as it's live or whether you're watching after the fact. So let's just get that Reiki started. All right, so we're starting Reiki at 25 after the hour. Is that right? Yep, so we'll finish it up at 30 after the hour. Makipa, hello. We're still doing Reiki right now, honey bunny. Thank you for the thumbs up. We've got 4 more minutes left. So far, you're the first person in the room, other than me. Yeah, I don't get on here every day. I try to get on here as often as I can, but every day does not work like that. But I'm here now. Thank you for being such a loyal subscriber. That tells me that you have an important question to ask me later on, don't you? All right, honey bunny. Thank you for that thumbs up. I appreciate that. So everybody else just coming into the room right now, this is the portion where we're doing Reiki. We'll do Reiki for 5 minutes for everybody who is watching and shows up for this video, for whatever is for your highest and best good. We've still got 3 minutes left to go. And then after that, we switch into a completely different format. If you're interested in participating in that format, go ahead and check out the description box below so that you know what's going to be happening as soon as the Reiki is complete. Got a lot of Reiki actually going out of my hands today. There's definitely somebody out there who is healing from some anger issues. Anger issues. Chakoya. Hello, welcome. Glad to see you in the room again, my dear. How are you tonight? We have 2 more minutes of Reiki. Thank you for the thumbs up, by the way. Really? I am so sorry to hear that. I remember after I lost my significant other, I was really pissed off for a long time too. We had plans that we did not get to do, and I was just enraged that we didn't get to do everything we had planned. I'm glad to hear that you are great, my dear. I'm fantastic. I'm still sending prayers over to the Ukraine. Nikitha, how old are you, honey bunny? I thought you felt really young, especially to lose a friend. I am so sorry. All right, so that's our 5 minutes of Reiki. Let me wrap this up. And then let's start putting our list together of people that I'm going to do readings for. Nikitha, if you have your question, throw it up in the chat, please. Shakoya, do you want a question or do you want a message from Spirit? Anybody else in the room who wants to participate, feel free to go ahead and check out the description box so you know what's going on here. And then you know what I'm offering to help with, actually. And then put what you would like in the chat. Okay, Shakoya has a message from Spirit. La, da, 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 da. I'm only going to be here for an hour. And then after that, I'll take off. So I'll help everybody I can in that hour. Okay, Nikitha, I think while I'm waiting for your question to show up in the chat box, I'm going to go ahead and clear my cards and get them ready. Oh, goodness, that is a long question. Is Yogesh my future spouse, or is there someone else? Can you please reassure with your intuition, because I'm really broken and can't take more. I'm desperate about this. Hope you understand. All right, well, why are you desperate about this? Talk to me, talk to me. I don't understand the desperate piece. Is that a Eurythmics song or a Fleetwood Mac song? Talk to me. Talk to me. I think that's Fleetwood Mac. Oh, gotcha. Now I understand why you're desperate now, because everybody wants to believe the fairy tale. But once somebody has already dropped a bomb on the fairy tale, then it's kind of hard to go back and re-believe the fairy tale with those same characters. All right, well, let's do this. Let's look at what happens if you two pursue this relationship again. And then that'll help you make up your mind whether this is something you want to jump into or not. I feel like I want to look at the next couple of years. Okay, here's the deal. Here's the deal. You guys could continue this cycle of on again, off again for a while. If you try to work it out with this guy. Let me show you what I've got, okay? First of all, I've got the Hermit card showing up. I have my Three of Swords showing up in reverse. I have my Empress card with her back to us. All right, and Five of Cups showing up in reverse. And last but not least, Judgment card, the back side of the Judgment card. All right. Here's the thing. Even if you actually do pursue this, I don't see you guys getting together right off the bat. I think that you're still trying to do some healing. And even if he says that he wants to get back together, I think that you're going to be taking some time to figure out, what do you want? You know, I don't think that you feel necessarily obligated to just jump back together with somebody just because he wants it after what's already happened. Okay? So you're going to be trying to figure out, with that Hermit card, you're basically figuring out, what do I actually want from a relationship? What am I willing to give to a relationship? What will I accept back from the other person in a relationship? And amongst all of that is going to be, and does this other person meet those standards or those qualifications? You're going to be working on figuring it out. Okay? Now, with this Three of Swords showing up in reverse, and the back side of the Three of Swords, this tells me that once you come out of that hermit mode, or that reclusive, I'm thinking this over mode, I think you are going to have some conversation with him about the idea of what happened before and where do you think it can go now. All right? I really do think that. And I think that this is where you kind of get talked into the idea of, well, maybe we should try it again. But here's the thing. I don't think you're going to be thinking that for very long. First of all, you're showing up here as the Empress, which tells me that he does have genuine feelings for you, but you're showing up here as the Empress with your back turned to us. And if you look at this card, like, that's actually a tree in the background. But I'm going to tell you, when I was looking at it psychically, what I was seeing was like an A-bomb, like the mushroom off of an atomic bomb. I think you're going to end up telling this person, you know, I think this was a bad idea. I think things are going to come up pretty quickly that are going to make you remember why it wasn't so bad that you weren't together after all. Okay? And then we've got a Five of Cups. Whoops, showing up in reverse with the backside to us. It really looks to me like you've already forgiven him for whatever might have happened that was not cool or kosher. You've probably also forgiven yourself for whatever you're holding against yourself about this whole situation. And you're just feeling like, you know, this is in the past. I think you're going to really come to the point that I don't really have feelings like I used to anymore about this. Okay? Don't think you're going to be having feelings that much about him. And then with this Judgment card coming up, this is the back side of the Judgment card. The front side has actually the angel and the horn and all that, the shofar. This is the back side of the Judgment card. It's right side up. It basically tells me that you are going to try to resurrect this, and we see that with the communication, but long-term outcome, I don't think you're going to let it stay. I think that you're recognizing that, you know, I'm really over this. This is kind of a part of my past, and I feel like I'm walking backwards to walk back into this. So I have to get out so that I can be free and do me. All right? Yep. Life is not sure, baby girl. I don't know of anything in life that's sure. Sounds to me like you've given yourself permission to super overthink it. This is what would happen if you would decide to move forward with him. If you would decide to move forward with him, you wouldn't do that right now. You would take some time to set some priorities. And even then, after that is when he'll talk you into that. And that's still 3 or 4 months away before you actually even let him talk you into it. I mean, I think your intuition is ringing all kinds of alarm bells for you, baby girl. You really know that even in spite of your feelings for him, that this is not really a compatible situation. I think that you end up getting into it later on because you feel like he really wants it and you don't want to let him down. But I think you find out real quick that's not going to work. That can't be why. That can't be why you do it. Your head's here's the thing, Nikita. Your head's only messing with you because it's not in accordance with your heart right now. Your head's saying one thing, your heart's saying another. That's what brings that kind of turmoil. That's where you are right now. So it may end up being that, going through this whole process may be what brings you that real closure to where you know what you want to do. Then afterwards, you may have to explore that to feel confident and saying, you know what, we're in the past, man. All right. So I think we got your question covered there. Michael Rotzman. I can't even remember what I read for you, Michael. I hope that's not disappointing. So guys, this actually brings up a good point that I really like. I wish everybody knew this about me. I don't know if it's true for other psychics or not, but I've heard that it is. Whenever I'm reading for you guys, I know it's crazy because I see several of you in here every time I go live, and you would think I would start remembering, the specifics of readings, but that information comes in and out, and it's pretty much gone. Now, if we talk about other stuff that's not reading stuff, I'm actually more likely to remember that than to remember what actually came out of the reading. So please don't be offended. It just is how it works for me. And as a matter of fact, it gives you a chance at having a better reading because I'm not colored by what I've seen for you before. My thoughts aren't interfering. That's funny. Oh, I do remember a little bit about that now that you say the cards. It's funny because I did a reading earlier today for a lady who had something similar going on. Not the actual issue was similar, but it was something that came up about her subconscious leanings. And she's like, oh, I don't think about that person. She knew exactly who that person was. Right off the bat, there was no question. Oh, I don't think about that person. Okay, sure. Right, got it. Yes, my advice would be just concentrate on yourself, Nikita. You're quite welcome. Right? So, Michael, do you have a question tonight, or do you have a message from Spirit? Or do you want a message from Spirit, I should say. Chakoya, you're up next. Are you still in the room, honey bunny? Anybody else who's just happened to stumble across this room and you're wondering what's going on in here? Oh my goodness, what is happening in this room? Check out the description box below and you'll be able to see that. I'm going to be here about 40 more minutes tonight. La, da, 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 da. Okay, Shakoya is still here. Last message from you for Shakoya. What would you like to talk to her about? Ba-ba-da-da. By the way, guys, tonight I am using the Vice Versa Tarot. Vice Versa. I don't think you're supposed to use it reversed too, but they're my cards. We make up the rules together. They get used reversed. Okay, Shakoya. Your situation starts off with the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, and I think you've got this side of it. They have this side and that side, then they have upside down, the right side up. And we also have this side of the Nine of Wands in reverse. Okay, so what do we have here? What do we have here? Ooh, this is either a gift or a second chance that has taken you by surprise, Sequoia. So maybe somebody gave you a gift out of the blue, or maybe somebody is giving you a second chance at a relationship. Oh. I think if somebody's giving you a second chance at a relationship, I think it's kind of hilarious because they think they're being so generous giving you a second chance when really the second chance would be all theirs, and they don't seem to know that. Anyway, let's go with the gift that comes out of the blue, and if it's a second chance, then I do consider second chances gifts, by the way. So a gift that comes out of the blue. I have not heard from Bonnie lately. I'm a little bit worried about that. Last time I heard from her, she put a couple of hearts on a couple of videos like the next day or the day after, and then after that I haven't heard from her. It's probably been about, I'm guessing about a week. Although I will tell you, my days are running together ever since this Ukraine thing started. I'm a mess myself, really. I'm getting better. Better every day. Sequoia's advice. That side, is that this side or that side? No, that's this side of the Six of Swords with the side of the Ace of Wands. I don't know why I can't find the camera today. What's going on with that? And that side of the Nine of Pentacles. All right, so here's the thing. Whatever is this gift or second chance that's coming at you as a surprise, I think there's a little bit of bittersweetness about it. I think that this second chance or this gift does allow you to move forward into more peaceful waters than what you have been in. So less drama, less chaos. It's also, we've got the Ace of Wands. So that tells me that not only are you going into less chaos and less drama, you're also really, okay, like half of my picture is not even me. You're also, that's better. You're also getting this new idea about something that you feel really enthusiastic about moving forward with. So it's almost like as you got away from the peace and the drama and were brought into this calmness, and I guess maybe this is going to happen since it's advice, then this allows you to think about things that inspire you and make you happy and make you feel energized again. Okay? And this is all coming out because of this gift or this second chance that comes up out of the blue. Now, here's why I say that it's bittersweet. That's because of this Nine of Pentacles, that side in reverse. To me, this is, first of all, she's got her back to us. And to me, she's looking at the past. All right. And this to me says that even though what you're being given, is a gift that comes out of the blue, and even though this allows you to come into a more peaceful place where you can actually focus on doing something productive that is important to you, there's still something about the way things used to be that you end up missing. Okay, so there's the heads up. I don't know, like maybe you're actually moving and you could be feeling a little bit homesick. Maybe. This card could definitely be a homesick card for me. Okay. La da 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 da. All right. Let's look. You're quite welcome. I hope it makes sense for you, honey. Ma da 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 da. Don't leave me hanging. If you guys don't give me feedback when I'm here live, then I may as well be just talking to the camera and recording a video and uploading it. It's always good to have that feedback. It makes it more interesting and more fun for me. Contrary to popular belief, I am not a machine. Not at the carnival. You don't stick in a quarter and get your fortune spit out of some kind of plastic mouth on a little piece of paper. I don't know. I kind of have mixed feelings about all that, Michael. Hello there, Chris. Yes, I am. So here's the thing, like NATO agreed way back with the USSR that they were not going to have NATO countries past a certain line. So that there would be like this sort of neutral-ish area between NATO and Russia. And they have like violated that agreement. I think somebody said like 16 times. I was watching this political analyst or whatever, or military analyst, I can't remember. But anyway, we violated that like a whole bunch of times. And so he feels like that's a threat towards Russia, even though that I'm aware of, nobody was really actually thinking about attacking Russia. He just felt like that was a little too close for comfort. And he's been warning people for a long time, you know, if this happens with Ukraine, this is not going to work well. So I can kind of see why Putin made some moves. What I don't agree with is why he didn't handle it more diplomatically, number one. And number two, all the freaking war crimes are ridiculous. And number three, Ukraine actually didn't do anything to him. They actually didn't join NATO. They haven't actually done anything at all. So I can kind of see where he would be insecure and need to take action. I just don't agree with the action he took. And at the same time, I can see that we did not keep our word. And that's some bad karma for our country. We also didn't keep our word whenever we told the Ukraine that when they gave nukes to Russia that we would make sure that nobody ever attacked them with nukes. Well, I guess Russia hasn't actually technically attacked them with nukes. Still, we should have their backs. So once again, more bad karma for our country. All right, so Michael. You're so funny, Michael. You're doing it without realizing it. First of all, you brought him up to start with. And secondly, you're saying, I don't wish to bring politics to your channel of love because he's a monster. You just couldn't resist that one little jab at him, though, could you? And we've got politics on this channel because we prayed for Ukraine on this channel a few nights ago. A night that I think 2 or 3 nights in after it all started. Okay, Michael's message for Spirit. Well, you know, I look at everything a little bit differently, Chris. I have lots of friends who are Russians, and I have friends who are Ukrainian that live over here now. It's a rough situation all the way around. Okay, let's see. Michael, message from Spirit is 7 of Pentacles showing up first. And King of Cups in reverse. Well, isn't that interesting? Okay. So it looks to me like there is some situation where you're getting some kind of pay, Mr. Michael, that this is so interesting. I don't see this very often, but I'm seeing a payday on the board, and I'm seeing you not really liking this payday. So I don't know if it's that you're not liking what you're doing to receive this pay, if you're not liking the attitude somebody has as they give you this pay, Not exactly sure what's going on there. That's kind of a rare thing to have coming up on the board. Usually payday comes up. If I see an emotion card, it's happiness. So this is really an interesting thing. Okay? All right. So you're on a roll. La da 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 da. Let's look at your advice here. Ten of Swords, this side of the Ten of Swords in reverse. Actually, is it this side? Or is it that side? It's that side, actually. Okay. It's interesting. This side of the Page of Pentacles. What I do is not about the money either. Doesn't mean I don't have paydays. And we've got the Sun card showing up in reverse. La da 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 da. Best advice here. Let's just talk about what I do know when I'm looking at this. First of all, this Ten of Swords showing up in reverse. This is a really interesting card in this deck for me because we're going to look at it right side up because it's easier to see right side up. It's easier on our brains, right? First of all, it looks like we've got a solar eclipse in the background, so that talks about some major type of change. But also we've got this Ten of Swords that all the swords are in this armor, but there's an opening there where we should be able to see the face. The face isn't in there. Okay, it looks like we've got a guy that has managed to slip out of this armor like somebody would slip out of the box at a magician's show after being sawed into pieces. All right, so remember, this came in reverse. So this does talk about some heavy-duty change that comes up surprisingly because it's eclipse energy, basically. It also talks about the idea of something that has been a long-term source of tension or disagreement that we thought was done and over with coming back up. And where this is something that is coming back up, I think in the past it really would have got you a lot more upset, where now you can look at this situation objectively. Maybe because of the change that's going on, you're able to see this situation objectively. So we have a situation from the past that is coming up to be dealt with again that you thought was done and over, and this situation has caused tension or debate long term. Okay? So this is the first part of the advice. I think the first part of the advice is that you want to step back and look at this from the bigger picture. There's some major change happening here, and that's why this has come back up again. And also, the advice is be objective about this. Don't let yourself get all twirled up in a ball about it. Be objective about it, okay? All right, let's look at what else we have. Page of Pentacles. Now, once again, we've got reference to Pentacles, which we have that payday earlier. I really have to think that this is tied in. This is an idea that has to do with that payday. This is basically telling me that if you can be objective about this situation, then this is not only going to help you as far as personally, but it is also going to bring an improvement to your wallet as well. All right? So here's something I'm going to tell you. All of you, okay? A lot of people like to say, well, money doesn't make a difference. And I'll even tell you, I don't do this for the money. I do this for the fulfillment that it brings me. But at the same time, I do like to pay my bills. And so this kind of leads to the point that money is just one expression of energy. There are a lot of expressions of energy in the universe and in our world even. But money is one of them. And money is sort of how we can do our even exchanges with people, like if we're not trading chickens for butter or whatever. So it is kind of important on that level that we need it to make our world function in some type of cohesive way. And because it's an expression of energy, how well your money is flowing is also an expression of how generous you are in the world with what you have to offer. Okay? So there's a couple things there. It's not the end all be all, but it is kind of a side effect of the good stuff, of the stuff we do to feel fulfilled. Okay? So with this is saying that if you can look at this from like 30,000 feet and not get tripped out by it, this can actually bring you some good news about money or about material goods. Okay? All right, last card. Sun card showing up in reverse. Michael, this is actually a pretty good card for you. So the Sun card in reverse tells me that by looking at this really objectively, to the point that it actually brings you in some kind of news about money or material goods, leads you to the point that you're able to have some experiences that you can share with other people that are experiences that are ones that you like and that feel productive, where nobody's looking over your shoulder trying to set deadlines for you or tell you how to do things. I really feel like with this being objective, getting in this good news, you're able to share generously with others, whether it's trips, whether it's classes, whether it's books, whether it's time, whatever it is, and it's enjoyable, pleasurable, productive, feels good to you. Hope that makes sense. Yep. Okay, that's Michael. Did we have anybody else? Chris, did you ask a question? Okay, so Chris, I'm looking at your question here. We've got a couple, but I can really boil these down to something. You're quite welcome, quite welcome. So, life goes in cycles. So if you presently occupy this situation right now, if you can remember how you got here, remember those lessons, then you can step it to the next level, so that you're sharing that time or those goods with more and more people. And guess what happens when we do that? We show other people how to be genuine and authentic and self-sufficient. There's a saying that I heard recently that I really like. I think all of us have heard you can't be sick enough to make someone else healthy. It doesn't work like that. So this person kind of finished out that thought and said, you can't be poor enough to make someone else wealthy. The way that you make other people wealthy is you show them how to get wealth. You can't do that without demonstrating. And wealth is just a tool. It just makes us show who we are more quickly. Is that a double negative? You can't be sick enough to make someone else not be sick? I guess it is a double negative. Okay, so Chris, here's what I want to do with your question. Let's do best advice for you as far as your love life right now for the next 3 months, Spirit's saying is what we should look at. That way, if the old person shows up, we'll know it. If it's somebody new, we'll know it. If it's I should do a whole lot of self-healing, we'll know it. Alrighty. Chris, here we go. Next 3 months. Woo, baby, woo. Wow, you got a lot of that side cards. In fact, all of your cards are that side. That's trippy. I read them a little bit different than I read this sides. All right, let's take a peek. Two of Wands, that side in reverse. I'm not going to say that side for every single one of these, you guys know. Hermit, right side up. Nice picture. Ace of Cups in reverse. Page of Cups. Knight of Cups in reverse. Blah, bitty, blah, blah, blah. Really, I think you have a little bit of work to do, honey, before we're talking about old person, new person. Right now, it's you person. It's the you person. That's the focus right now. Okay. With that Two of Wands in reverse, this tells me that you're feeling pretty confused anyway about what you actually want out of a relationship, what you're willing to give to a relationship, maybe even just as importantly. You're just not really sure which direction you want to go, period. Think you're not really sure if you even want a relationship right now. With this Hermit card showing up with his back to us, this tells me that probably even right now, if not right now, within the next few days, you're going to start really looking at what are your priorities? What do you want out of a relationship? What are you willing to give a relationship? You're going to be deciding, you know what, I'm really confused about what I want. I think it's time for me to settle down and figure this out. Just seriously think about it and figure it out. And you're going to be doing that. And I do feel like you're going to be really taking some alone time to do that. You may be minimizing some of your social time that you normally have because you want to have some alone time to think things through. Okay. You're also going to be doing a lot of healing coming up in this next 3 months. With this Ace of Cups showing up in reverse, this tells me that whatever happened in the past, somebody that you really thought was great and wonderful and you kind of had on a pedestal, well, then they showed you their true colors and, you kind of kicked them off the pedestal, okay? Let's just say that. You weren't as impressed with them as you had used to been. All right. I'm sorry, but my lips feel really dry, guys. After that, we've got this Page of Cups in reverse. To me, this talks about an idea of, he's not in reverse. He's got his back to us, I should say. This talks to me about the idea that you did feel genuine love for this person, but it's in the past. It's in the past. And it's something that you're still working on as far as healing up, processing, coming to terms of acceptance even. Okay. Once we get to the end of our 3-month period, we do have that Knight of Cups showing up, that side in reverse. This is telling me that once you get to the end of that 3-month period, you're starting to let go of some of the negative ideas that you have about relationship because of what happened in the past. So you're starting to get close to having gone through that healing process. You're not exactly there yet, but you're getting close at the end of 3 months. So right now, I would say don't be looking to settle down with anybody. Be looking at doing some self-work, focus on you, make you happy. Buy some toys. Buy some toys. Clarabelle. Yeah, that's going to last for a little while. Clarabelle Rodriguez. Hello, hello, hello. Well, welcome. I'm glad you're here. You would stay if something's meant for you. You're quite welcome, Chris. So, Ms. Clarabelle, did you read what's in the description box? Like, do you know what all different ways I'm offering to help people here yet? Clarabelle. Why does that song make me think, or why does that name make me think of a song? I don't know of any song with Clarabelle in it that I can think of. Makes me want to sing. Makes me want to sing. Thank you for the thumbs ups, guys. I appreciate it. Those of you who are new to my live chats, you may want to check out the description box below so you can see the different ways that I'm offering to help you in the chat. And then if you want to participate, feel free to go ahead and jump right in. Clarabelle might have disappeared because I didn't talk to her soon enough. Oh, there she is. Well, I think I've got time to do yours so you don't have to butt to the head of the line, honey bunny. Why don't you just tell me what your question is, or if you want a message from Spirit, or if you need help with the affirmation. Anybody else who's new here that wants some type of help, check out the description box so you can see what I'm offering, and feel free to jump in. Jump in that chat and let me know what you would like. Okay, we can do that. Spirit message. Spirit, what would you like to talk to Miss Clarabelle about today? What would you like to talk to Miss Clarabelle about today? Here we go, my dear. Let's see. We're going to look at a situation. Yes, you are overwhelmed. Goodness. And best advice around that situation. Goodness, girly. Okay, honey bunny, here's what we've got. 3 of Swords, covered by the 5 of Cups. I really don't know if you could have a sadder situation than this. 3 of Swords is heartache or heartbreak, and the 5 of Cups is disappointment. The fact that they're covering each other, whew, no wonder you're feeling overwhelmed. I'm not even sure if this is just one thing that has you feeling totally yucky, or if this is a couple of things that just hit you at the same time. Either way, doesn't really matter. Either way, oh, poor girl. I just want to give you a hug. I don't even know what happened. I just want to give you a hug. All right? Now, let's look at your best advice for this situation. That's the next thing that we look at with these messages from Spirit here in my room. All right, so we start off with the 4 of Cups in reverse. That's this side of that one. That side of the 10 of Swords in reverse. Let's see if it means the same thing as it meant a minute ago for Michael. And we have the 9 of Cups. This side showing up right side up. Yeah, I like it. All right, so here's the thing. Best advice for you. Okay, so with this first card, with the 4 of Cups showing up in reverse, Spirit is acknowledging that this is rough, okay? At the same time that they're acknowledging that this is rough, what they're also saying is it would be very tempting to go into pity party mode. Just have a big old pity party and invite all your friends and tell everybody how unfair this is and how awful it is and why me and all that stuff. That's very tempting. Spirit's acknowledging that. You would have every right to if you wanted to. Okay. We all like those pity parties at sometimes because we feel very self-righteous in them, right? However, they're not very productive. If you think about it, it just makes you feel worse because you're still thinking about that negative thing. And it doesn't get you anywhere. It basically just gets you drinking in your cups and crying in your pillow. So Spirit's basically asking you to avoid that temptation for pity party and instead pay attention to what is around you that is good and appreciate those things and the opportunities that you have to move forward that are in front of you. Because with this 4 of Cups in reverse, the other thing it's telling me is that you do still have opportunities in front of you. You're just having a hard time seeing them because of this overwhelmment, because of this sadness or this grief and the disappointment. So Spirit is saying, hey, take your eyes up off the sidewalk, look around. There's some stuff. There's some good stuff out here still for you. Don't push it away by not looking at it. Look at it, look for it, find it, and move forward with it. Okay? I really want to feel into this 10 of Swords in reverse the way it came out. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I feel like you dodged the bullet, honey bunny. I feel like this card is saying that you dodged the bullet. You don't know it yet, but you did. I'm going to tell you a little bit of a personal story. I've been married 2 times, guys. The first time I was married, after about 12 years, we ended up splitting up. And I was very unhappy about that. I thought I was going to be married all of my life. I grew up a good Catholic girl. So that made me very upset. I pulled my Bible off of my bedside table and I thought, I'm just going to drop my finger somewhere and see what God has to say to me about this. And I ended up going all the way back to like there was like a little dictionary type of thing. Like it told you what some different words meant in the Bible that aren't in common English terminology these days. That's where I ended up with my eyes closed way back in the back. And when I put my finger down, it ended up on the word hallelujah. Right after I found out I was going to get a divorce. I was not feeling hallelujah, I'll tell you that right now. I looked up towards the ceiling and I flat out told God, I think you have me confused with somebody else right now. Because that's really how I felt about it. And my thing is, God knows anyway what we're thinking. Why should we lie or, try to act nicey nice with him? He gets it. He knows where we are. So this is what I'm feeling like whenever I look at this card. I feel like you totally dodged the bullet. I feel like it's a hallelujah thing. And by the way, the definition of hallelujah is a joyful noise. So whatever this is that's making you feel so sad right now, this is actually your saving grace, even though you don't know it at the moment. Okay? This is actually your saving grace. So Spirit is saying, yes, this really is rough. This really sucks. It's terrible. We know. But at the same time, there are still some good opportunities around you. There's some good things for you to grab a hold of and work with and move forward with. And Spirit is saying, look for those. Look for those because you just dodged the bullet. Now you have the opportunity to work with those. You would not have had that opportunity had this not happened. Okay. 9 of Cups being the ending card. That talks about feelings of fulfillment, satisfaction, general happiness. Some people call it the wish fulfillment card. I don't really think it's the wish fulfillment card. I think that if we're fulfilled about something, it's because we got there. We worked on it. So I don't call it the wish fulfillment card, but it is a very positive, happy card. Okay. Here's the thing, Clarabelle. If you know what I'm talking about with this 3 of Swords and this 5 of Cups, which is disappointment and heartache and heartbreak, then whatever that was that caused you that disappointment or heartache and heartbreak, whatever that was, that experience pushed you out of the way of the bullet. All right? So if you were in a relationship that was toxic that ended suddenly, or even not suddenly, that was you dodging the bullet. This incident, this ending of it, was you being pushed out of the way of the bullet because it was fixing to get worse and not better. Okay? So I don't know if it was a relationship for you or not, but I'm just saying, whatever caused your heartache, whatever caused your disappointment, that was the angels pushing you out of the way of the bullet right there. So I hope that helps you figure out what bullet you dodged. And if you don't know now, you will in retrospect. You will in retrospect. Let's see. Yes, we did Chris already. Anybody else in the room that wants a little bit of help? I'm going to be here 6 more minutes. Nobody else has actually said hi, so I'm thinking probably not. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pull a few cards for best advice to help those of us who are in this room or stumble across this video to manifest whatever it is that we're trying to manifest for each of us personally and individually. Let's find out what is that best advice. Ba-da-da-da-da, 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 ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da. Aw, thank you, Michael. All right, so let's see. Best manifestation advice. And hello. We've got 5 more minutes here, honey bunny. We're just doing best manifestation advice right now. I don't know. We might have time for you too. We'll see. 6 of Pentacles. So you should put in your chat whatever you would like from me. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. And the Empress showing up in reverse. Isn't that interesting? Now I get it. Okay. Okay, so for me, 6 of Pentacles talks about an even energetic exchange. Money for goods, goods for money. You know, dollars for euros, an even energy exchange, okay? So for an even energy exchange, next we have the 5 of Pentacles showing up in reverse. An even energy exchange is actually going to be something that brings us out of a position where our budget is tight. So getting into situations where there's even energy exchange, offering services for pay, you know, reasonable and fair pay, not highway robbery, but reasonable and fair pay, actually makes our financial situation better. All right. The other thing that's coming up, because we're getting 2 pieces of advice here, the other thing that is coming up is we want to be really careful about who we associate with. Okay. First of all, we don't want to be associating with somebody who is a tightwad who, whenever you're selling your services or your goods, they want to bargain you down every single time and they don't appreciate the value that you actually bring to them. Okay. And the next thing is you want to be really careful to be surrounding yourself with people who reach for the stars themselves and are not surprised when somebody else reaches for the stars. In fact, they're just supportive about that. Because who we hang out with is really important. We are basically the sum total of the 5 people we spend the most time with. So we want to make sure we're not sticking around negative energy that's always cutting people down, that always has bad things to say, that's always shooting down dreams. Those people, no, they have to go. If we want to get anywhere in life, if we want to meet any of our own personal ambitions, then we cannot be hanging out with those people because those negative vibes bring more negative vibes, you know? So, yep, that's our advice. Do things for an even exchange of energy to help bring us out of any kind of tightness as far as financially, and be careful about who we're around. No dream stealers or psychic vampires. Okay. And you want a message from Spirit? Okay. Gonna be here 2 more minutes. That means I've got time to do a message for Spirit from Anne. Anastasia Enchanted. Ooh, I love your name. Anastasia is an enchanted name anyway. Anastasia. I try to be here just an hour, so I think with only 2 minutes, I'm probably going to go over that with Anne's. But if you want to catch me on the next live, then if you're not already subscribed, I would suggest you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Now, I do things other than lives. Aw, thank you, Clarabelle. I appreciate that. If you do, I do things other than live, so you get notifications for other things as well. But if you want to catch me live and come in and ask a question before it's time for me to leave, then I'll be happy to help you. Other than that, if you want a question looked at and you don't want to wait, then you may want to look at my 1-question readings on my website and order one of those. All of those are options. Okay, this is for Ms. Anne. Message from Spirit. What do we have? La da 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 da. Are you baking some apple pie today? Okay, and I'm sure it will. We've gotten too many emails and text messages from people who did figure it out all later, so I am sure it will. Here we go, Anne, message from Spirit. Anne's another one that she gets these messages from Spirit, and they may or may not have happened just yet, too. So that's not so uncommon. I'm glad you guys heard my cards shuffling, I'll tell you that much. Got a couple of repeaters right here in the situation. Scary. Scary. What did I have for supper? Now I'm trying to think what I ate. Oh, I had some steakums that are fried up and seasoned up. And then popcorn. I'm so healthy. All right, situation for you, Miss Anne. 6 of Pentacles showing up in reverse. Covered by the Empress, but the Empress is right side up. Biscotti. Everybody likes biscotti. All right, so Anne, what do we have going on here? No. I want to ask you some personal questions, but I don't want to ask them here, so I'm probably not going to ask them. But here's the thing. So with the Empress, I feel like this is you, Miss Anne. This tells me that you are the queen of somebody's heart, okay? So let's start right there. Let's start with the good stuff. You're sitting on somebody's heart throne, okay? Queen of somebody's heart. Now that is covering a 6 of Pentacles in reverse. So this does not really thrill me, okay? Clarabelle, I don't even remember what I pulled on you right now, honey bunny. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't think we had the 6 of Cups, though. So probably not. Let's see. If we had the 6 of Cups, the answer would be yes. You might have to rewind back. I'm not sure. All right. But I don't remember it. And I'm trying to focus on this new message now. So, Anne, so 6 of Pentacles in reverse talks about something that is not reciprocal. It's not something that is even. There's no even exchange here, okay? And so this is why I'm not too thrilled about the idea about you being queen of somebody's heart. It's like, yeah, you're the queen of somebody's heart, but they're not really like, they don't make an even effort in the relationship. Even if they are wanting you to be in a relationship with them, they really don't have any intentions of putting an even amount of energy into that relationship is what they're expecting you to. Okay. But, they're definitely in love with you. Like if they're telling you they're in love with you, they're not lying. They're just lazy. And maybe that's harsh. Maybe I shouldn't say lazy. Well, I'm hearing yes, I should. But they're lazy about putting energy into a relationship. Okay. They kind of think that everybody owes them a good relationship without them having to put in the energy or the effort. Oh, you're in for some fun. All right, let's see what your advice is. 5 of Swords, that side of the 5 of Swords in reverse. That side of the Devil in reverse. And that side of the King of Swords, right side up. Okay, so here's the thing, Anne. First of all, I think you're a swords person anyway. I'm thinking you're a Libra. I could be wrong. But I think that with all these that sides coming out, if you're second guessing a decision about this person from the past, I think this is Spirit giving you confirmation that you did the right thing. Okay, because the 5 of Swords in reverse, that side tells me that in the past, you guys, there was fighting that happened. And fighting, debating, arguing, whatever level it happened on, okay, there was discord. I think that you were the bigger person. You were the one that said, you know what, I don't want to fight. Let's just drop this. Or maybe you just went along with them just because you didn't want to fight. But either way, you brought peace to that situation, okay? Now, with our devil showing up in reverse, this is kind of toxic. I mean, even in reverse and upside down, it's kind of toxic. And it tells me that in the past, this thing was toxic. You're a Leo? Okay. I don't know why I had you as pegged as a Libra. Anyway, so in the past, this thing was, this was rough. Okay. I think that when you tried to keep peace, I don't think that you were really trying for anything more than that. But I think that because you were trying to keep peace, somebody misinterpreted that. And they thought that you wanted more than just to keep peace. They thought you wanted like a friendship or a romantic relationship or something, you know. I mean, I think everybody's kind of had those experiences where you're kind to somebody that's the opposite gender and they misinterpret that as more than what it is. That's all this is right here. Okay. But I think that this person was a total and royal pain in the patootie about having that wrong idea and not letting it go with that devil in reverse. Okay. They were kind of obsessed about, oh, I know you're into me, baby. Meanwhile, you're just looking for the toilet so you can go barf. You know, that type of energy is what I'm pulling off of this here. Okay. Now, last thing that comes up, King of Swords, look with his back to us, right side up. This is telling me that whatever this situation was, you looked at it very logically. And you made your strategy about how to get this person to leave you alone. And you stuck with it. You stuck with it. And I think all of this is in the past with all this coming up as of that side. Now, here's the thing. I do think this person is coming back because your situation did not come up on that side. So I think this person is coming back and they're going for a rerun. Only this time they want the rerun to end in their favor. That's going to be up to you. But I think you need the heads up that this person is going to come back. They're not done trying. Okay. La da 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 da. Okay, guys, I've been here an hour and 7 minutes. It is time for me to take off. Actually, I have to make the video that's supposed to come out at midnight tonight. I've got an hour and a half to do that. Everybody, thank you so much for being here with me and spending some of your precious time with me. I do appreciate it. Thank you for sharing this video out to anybody that you think it may be beneficial for, whether it's with the Reiki or the readings. And of course, thank you for all the thumbs ups, for the comments, and of course, just for the support. And those of you who'd like to order a private reading or a private Reiki session with me, you can see how to do that all on my website, which is in the very bottom of the description box below. Everybody have a great night. Peace out.